Southwest Mississippi. It's Thursday morning and time for Thursday Open Lines, your weekly look at what's happening in and around our area. If it's happening in Southwest Mississippi, you'll hear it right here on TOL. Now, from our studios in downtown Brookhaven, it's Thursday Open Lines with your host, Kenny Goza.
Good morning, and here we are on this hot Thursday day. But hey, Mr. Weatherman, what's it going to be today? We going to get any rain today?
Got about a 50 to 60% chance this afternoon, and that's going to continue all the way through the weekend.
Yeah, Stephen, you don't know that we have the official NOAA weather person in the studio.
Hey, that's nice. That's
in other words, I can read the website.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you could do more than that. We need rain. We need rain.
That's true.
We need some cooler weather.
Now, what I don't like about it is when it rains and then right afterwards it stops and
the sun comes out.
Got steam.
Yeah, the sun comes out. Hey. Well, my first guest is the man from Brookhaven Little Theater, Stephen McMorris. And Stephen, I said a while ago, you're coming on to reveal what you're going to reveal tonight, but you're not going to really reveal anything to us. You're just going to tell us about the reveal.
That I think I followed all of that, and I think you're right.
I'm confused too. I don't know.
Yeah, you can't tell us anything, but
That's
you can
right.
talk about what's going to happen tonight.
That's right. We can say something is going to happen tonight. That's correct.
Right. Big night tonight.
It is. Yeah, we are so excited. BLT is back. We are ready to launch a brand new year and start a new chapter with a brand new season. We've got an incredible night, and we want everybody to join us tonight for the season reveal.
And you said there's some changes taking place in the structure of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not even a lot of things that people would even notice or see, but we're coming off of a little bit of a challenging season. This past season, we had to cancel our spring show, and of course, that's a pretty big hit to us, and so we've been sort of going through some tough times a little bit as an organization. But the good thing about that is it allowed us to sort of pause. You know, sometimes you get so in that routine of just doing one show after another, and you stay so busy that having a moment like that just to pause and take a look at how things are going and see what works, what doesn't work. And so internally, we've done a lot of strategic planning. We've done a lot of looking ahead of saying, how can we improve this organization so that it is sustainable for years to come? Because we don't want to be back in that situation to where we're having to cancel that again. And so it's been a really good, healthy time for us. And so we're excited to sort of just relaunch things, and it's sort of like a reboot. And we had a big exploratory meeting back in the spring where we brought all our members and some people from the community together, and we just called it the BLT reboot. And sometimes you just have to do that, where you sort of hit the reset button and you just sort of get back to what you need to be focused on. And for us, that really literally was just taking a focus of what are we here for, what's our purpose, what's our mission, and so it's been a really good time.
Well, you got the reveal tonight. What time does it start?
7:00. Yeah, tonight. And for the people who may not know much about the reveal in and of itself, it's not just an announcement of shows. Our season reveal has turned into a major production that is just as much of an entertainment event as one of our shows. We put on a full production. It's about an hour long, and so you're going to get to hear entertainment, see performances from this past season, and then a lot of just entertaining stuff, a lot of just some funny stuff in there, some video elements. You're going to hear some impactful stories and everything that really talk about our mission and what we're all about at BLT. And it's really just a fun night. And then at the end of the night, we announce the season, and it's always just a really high energy time. And it's a lot of fun to be a part of.
And I've been in the past. Do you kind of do a little bit of a teaser of what's coming with the show? Not just announce whatever the show's going to be, but just a little teaser of it, maybe costume or something like that.
That's right. Yeah, there's always some elements just to sort of let people see a little bit more about what the show is. And I will also sort of tease a little bit of other things here. We not only do we do our regular season shows, but we do some special events as well, like concerts and things like that. And so we've got some special announcements to make about that tonight. So I will go ahead and tell you our season is going to be 4 regular season shows. We're still doing camps in the summer times like we've done, and then we've got a few extra events like concerts and things like that. And so I'm telling you, it's a really exciting lineup that people are going to really like.
So when you do the reveal tonight, the first production you'll do will be in before Christmas?
Oh, yeah. We'll hit the ground running right away, and we'll have our first production at the end of September.
And the show you canceled, we were talking about it before we got on the air. If I understood right, you didn't have enough participants to try out for parts.
Yeah, it was just one of those perfect storm type things where a lot of our core people that are in shows often had a lot of conflicts and weren't able to do it. It was a show that relied specifically on needing a lot of adult men. And for those of you out there, we're always needing adult men to be involved in theater. That sometimes those are the hardest ones to find, of course. And so it just was that perfect storm of not having the people we needed, and just because of conflicts and things like that. And so, we sort of just had to take that one and sort of get through it, and we're ready to bounce back strong tonight.
Well, every time you've been on, we always talk about the recruitment piece of people trying out for parts and for the plays that you're doing or the productions you're doing, and we always talk about the talent that's in Brookhaven. Someone was talking to me about that, I think a week or two ago, that they went to something and it said they just can't believe the talent that's here in Brookhaven. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's a lot. And you're always looking for people.
We are always looking for people. And I'll tell you, that is the number one piece that has come out of this this season of strategic planning and everything that we've been doing is that we have realized more than ever that we're in the people business. We could have all the money, all the resources in the world, but if we don't have people, we don't have an organization. We need the people to be on stage, to be behind the scenes. It just takes a strong base of people that are going to commit to that. And that's live theater. We are again, we're in the people business, in a world that is totally driven by, everything's AI and online and digital, right? We live in the beauty of live theater. It is real people coming together in a community and creating something together. And again, that's what we have come to the realization that that's what it's all about. And that's where we're starting to put more and more of our focus is on how do we draw people and how do we get people plugged in.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm sitting here thinking about recruitment. How could you, do you know how you go about recruiting people? I mean, I know it's word of mouth, but is there another piece of that says, okay, how do we draw people in, not only for, hey, we're having a play, we're having a production, hey, come, but also come try out, do all that. I mean, that has to be a very interesting.
Yeah, it is. A lot of it is word of mouth. Because we asked people, hey, how did you get involved here originally? And for most of us, somebody invited them, and so when you realize that, okay, that makes that even more important. Like that, none of us got here because, we just happened to, decide to stumble in. Somebody usually, not all the time, but usually somebody invited them or encouraged them, hey, you should go try out. And so, for those of us that are involved, that's something we've got to put more and more emphasis on is, hey.
The mindset of,
that's
hey,
right.
I saw so-and-so and let me invite them.
That's right. Yeah, if you know somebody who's got talent or even just has a desire, because a lot of times people don't even realize they have the talent in them. And I'm thinking, I know there's one person who has become one of our core actors, and he got involved several years ago, but when he got involved, he had never done anything like that before. And somebody told him he ought to try, and he did. And it's like, you would think he's just this natural actor. Like he's got so much talent that he didn't even realize he had. A lot of times it just takes somebody being willing to put themselves out there and give it a shot. And when you do that, you're going to, obviously be able to conquer that fear, but also what you're going to find is a community of people that you can get involved in. And so we hear that consistently when people finally come and get involved. It becomes like a second family for them. And so that's what we want, and we want to continue to foster that.
And when you say get involved, it's not just getting a part in a production, because there's different design,
that's
lighting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, we need more people who just simply want to help, like that say, hey, I enjoy building things. I enjoy sewing or whatever it is. We can use those skills and those talents in all facets of the theater. It doesn't have to be on stage. In fact, I'm one to say I don't want to be on stage. I love getting to produce and to create and direct and do all the things that I get to do behind the scenes. And I'm okay if people don't ever see my face but it's just, I have a part there, and there's so many opportunities like that if people would if you don't want to be on stage, that's fine. We can find a place for you to plug in.
Technology, IT,
that's right.
all those things, videos.
That's right. It's a lot that goes into it.
The set design, y'all have done a remarkable job when we've been there to see the work that's been done on sets, and so I know that's a skill that I don't have, and but somebody does, and there's probably people like you talk about that are woodsmen.
That's right. Yeah.
Do arts and craft and looking for something to do.
That's right. Yeah. And again, I go back to it. Like once you do that, you're going to find that it's a lot of fun. And when there's not a show going on, most of our people are saying we're bored. We don't have anything because that's just what we do. And everybody. I always say everybody just needs a thing. And some people like to go and play around a golf or play tennis or pickleball or whatever their thing is. But if you're just looking for something to do and you need a place to get involved, I encourage people to give it a shot. Come see it and see what it's all about.
Okay, we got like a minute left. Again, go over what's going to happen this afternoon or tonight.
Tonight, 7 o'clock at BLT. Come see it. It's the season.
Is it a ticket event?
No, it's a free event.
Okay.
Free event. It's general admission seating, so come early. Doors are going to open at 6:30. It usually is a full house, and so we encourage people to be there when the doors open and just come. It's a really high energy, lots of fun, laid back event. And just come enjoy it. It's going to be very entertaining. I promise you will love it.
And then you got 4 shows this year.
4 main season shows.
Plus a lot of other
plus
stuff.
The camps, plus a lot of other stuff. It's going to be a busy year.
All right. Well, Stephen, thanks for coming in. Hope you have a great night tonight. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. And you know that anytime you need to come. Well, once you reveal.
I'll come back, yeah.
Come back and talk about the first show that'll be coming up before Christmas. All right, Stephen. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks.
Oh.
At Brookhaven Monument Company, we understand that a monument is more than a stone. It's a promise to remember.
Since 1947, families across Southwest Mississippi have trusted us to tell their loved one's story with dignity and care. We offer quality craftsmanship, stellar service, and one of the largest selections of memorials in the region.
Visit us at 807 Highway 51 North in Brookhaven or call 601-833-5701.
Brookhaven Monument Company, honoring life with lasting beauty.
All righty, we're back for our next segment. We have Mr. Steve Edge in here with us from Master Gardeners, and is also going to talk, I think, a little bit about something going on at Exchange Club Fair.
You bet.
This weekend. And boy, we went last weekend, and it was so much fun to see. We always talk about Exchange Club and the impact, or footprint it has here in Lincoln County. They had a good turnout last weekend. Tremendous fireworks show. It was a great fireworks show. If you didn't see that, we appreciate Vickie and Vince and Jason sponsoring that, and it was about a 35-minute show.
Wow, that's great.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was good. High energy. You have a guest with you. I met her earlier, but introduce her.
I got Vickie Martin with me.
Vickie Martin.
She's another master gardener. You've been hearing me for years now. Vickie's been doing it too, but she just hadn't been a voice for us.
Well,
So you're sharing.
Just
You're sharing.
To come and put in a little good word for the master gardeners.
Okay.
We have so much fun.
Yes.
You bet. Well, we're getting ready to weigh in watermelons for the 4th graders from last year.
Saturday night
from open till about 7:30. We'll have all our entries then with any luck. In fact, you could bring the watermelon earlier and leave it with somebody if they couldn't be there.
Okay, back up just a little bit now. You're getting ahead of yourself. people that are listening don't know, all right, they're bringing watermelons, but this is something that you started during the school year where you took seeds to the schools, correct?
Right. Yeah, every year for about the last 18 years, the Master Gardeners have been going to all the schools in Lincoln County, and we give a packet of seeds to each and every fourth grader. We also have the seeds available for any of the homeschooled folks, and they come in the extension office, but they get Congo watermelon seeds, which are kind of unique. They aren't very common in the area.
Correct.
And Congo watermelon seeds they're white when they're mature. So we can tell by looking at a watermelon whether it's one of ours or whether somebody found it at Walmart
where'd this one come from?
Smith County.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And we have prizes for all different sizes and grades and, excuse me, only fourth grade, but we have the smallest, the largest. You bring in the watermelon and you get in the fair for free, and you get a wristband, and I mean, it's a great experience for them growing something with their hands.
And then coming to the fair. Yep. And so that's going to be, you said Saturday night, and you weigh in from 5 to 7:30. So just when they bring the watermelon, you weigh and
right. We're going to be
set. Then at the end, at 7:30, you announce the winners.
Right. We got time for folks to come in. Dependent, they don't have to be there straight up 5 o'clock. Just make it there before 7:30 with the watermelon, and we'll weigh it. And at 7:30, we will announce winners, or shortly thereafter. You don't have to be there to win. We're going to get your name and address, and we'll send you your prize. And you can have your watermelon back, or I've taken home a few over the years that have been left, and they taste good. They're fine.
Make some watermelon. Somebody asked me today about watermelon jam. Had I ever had watermelon jam? I don't think I have, but I've heard of it. And so Mr. Steve, you might get in that business, start selling jam at the Exchange Club.
Well, it would be great, except I've never had any watermelon jam either. I think I might have had a little watermelon slow gin when I was much younger, but I don't think jam has been.
We may not want to go there. It might get you in trouble. Talk about Master Gardeners, too, because that will be, I know y'all stay pretty busy throughout the year. Different things going on. Ms. Vickie, what?
Of course, we, at the Brookhaven Farmers Market, we bring plants, and they're for sale to the public.
That's every Friday.
Every Friday. Not going on this moment, but through the beginning of the farmers market through roughly the 1st of July.
And kind of like fall and
then in fall
and spring kind of.
We have another.
I'm trying to think it's kind of seasonal when the vegetables start coming in, and then the fall.
Okay.
Yeah, it got too hot for us and we quit.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
But we'll start back up as Master Gardeners with the Old Brook Festival, and then we'll probably have some plants for sale with the Thanksgiving Farmers Market. What's interesting to me is I was just reading, starting August the 12th, if you want to be a Master Gardener, you can sign up at Ole Miss's website, and you too can be a Master Gardener.
Not Ole Miss.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Oh, Mississippi State website.
Of course, I have a granddaughter at Ole Miss, so I'm Ole Miss pro.
So you can tell I'm not a Mississippi native.
Yeah, Mr. Steve's phone number, if you want to call, is
But you can find out about it on the.
When you said Ole Miss, I was kind of like, when did Ole Miss get involved in this?
Well, they didn't. But if you wanted to find out more, you could look on the Facebook page for the Lincoln County Master Gardeners. It's there. You can look on Mississippi State's Exchange website and find it there.
I'll probably see Tristan Peavy. I'm sure Tristan has the information also.
Yeah, it's coming, but you sign up from August the 12th through sometime in
December 1st, I believe it is.
Latter part of September.
Okay.
And it's about a 7-8 week period in there you sign up. And then it'll run till pretty quick after the end of the sign-up till about the 1st of December, taking the classes.
Well, I know we've talked about it before, back to these kids growing the watermelons, and I'm always curious to know the largest weighed melon that you've had. What has it been?
Well, over the years, the heaviest one we've had was just shy of 60 pounds. And over the years, the lightest one we've had that was a winner was just over 1 pound. So it depends year after year.
A lot of fun for those kids, I'm sure, just to come and show what they've been able to do during the season and grow that watermelon. And
oh, they're so excited. The ones that bring them in, we don't get a whole lot of entries, unfortunately. This year we gave them to about 450 different children throughout the county. And we would be delighted to have 30 entries.
Okay.
That's not unusual. There's a lot goes on. Dogs and raccoons and falling trees.
Deer and everything else. Yeah,
come after the watermelons. It takes a lot of work for the kids, and it's a lot of fun for the ones that do it.
Now these are, this is just contacts information? Okay. What is this sheet here?
That's the sheet of when we gave the
when you
watermelons away to the various schools and when we were there. And we were there in the latter part of April with the seeds for the children.
And the different ones of us will go to different schools and give the children the information, the seeds. They always have so many questions, not just about watermelons, but
yes.
They really are very excited to learn.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that we're fixing to start back school, I think tomorrow.
Right here in town, yes. I believe the county schools start back Monday.
Yeah, well, I think high school starts tomorrow. Yeah, Brookhaven High, or Brookhaven Public Schools. Man, I don't believe it used to be this hot when we started school. But
we also started after September 1st.
After Labor Day.
After Labor Day.
That's right. That's right.
I remember the two-a-days for the football practice before school.
Yes.
That was when I really started, and I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore. I think it would kill me.
Yeah. Hey, it kills me just about to get out and working outside for a couple hours. But anyway, this is such a great program, and we know that you come each and every year for this and all that you're doing with Master Gardener. So is there any event coming up with Master Gardener that people need to go ahead, maybe they want to know about it? Or again, if they're interested in, you mentioned that. Well, even though you got the college wrong, we did mention it.
Of course, we got the watermelon contest. Please bring your child's watermelon if there's one out there.
But it's got to be a Congo. It's got to be a Congo.
Can't go buy one at Walmart.
Yeah, one Congo watermelon per child, and we'd love to see them there. There's a good chance they'll win. Oftentimes, there's only one or two entries from school, and we give a $25 prize, well, Exchange Club does, for the heaviest watermelon by boy and girl. And if there's only one from the school, they're about to win a prize.
Even if it's 1 pound.
Yeah, we didn't mention the overall winner gets $100. The second place gets $50. Third place gets $25. And then by school, $25 for a boy, $25 for a girl.
Hey, so you could get $125.
Plus a free armband.
Yes.
So, all righty.
So it's a good deal. And next time you'll see us, Master Gardeners, would be like at the Exchange at the Obrook Festival.
October 2nd.
We'll be there selling plants down right in front of the Chamber of Commerce.
Right across the street, right?
That's right.
Right across the street.
Right beside Barrel.
Right beside Barrel. That's right. Right on the corner there by Barrel. All righty. Well, thank y'all for coming in. We're going to take a break here, Randy, and we got the sheriff and our president of our board.
I do it.
I know. I'm going to try to keep you out of trouble when he comes in. We're going to take a break. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Thank you, Ms. Vickie.
Hey, is your bank responsive to your needs? This is Shannon Aker with Bank of Brookhaven. We understand you have special and unique financial needs that need to be handled carefully. Let us show you we can deliver first-class service with sincerity like an old friend. Remember, for over 25 years now at Bank of Brookhaven, it's all about you. Bank of Brookhaven, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, we're back. I got two special guests in here that's going to close out the show for us because we got so much to talk about. I have John David Hart from the Lincoln County Board of Supervisors. You are the El Presidente of the board, and we've gotten to know each other the last month or so a little bit better, and good time spending time with you. And our sheriff, Steve Rushing. Gosh, Steve, we've known each other a long time. Long time. And at some point in time, I want you to talk about your trip to Washington, because I was very interested in you getting honored to be invited up there, and went through some training, got to see some stuff at technology probably that you didn't know about. We'll talk about that.
Yes, sir.
But first, I think we need to talk about the new fire truck.
Have you seen it?
Well, I was hoping that Jeff would come in and kind of give us
chief needs to come on here and
so maybe in a couple of weeks.
About it.
Yeah, we need to, because you probably know, he knows details that you and I don't know.
Right, what all it'll do.
Yeah, so
it is really a nice truck. Brookhaven did real good with it.
Did they get that through a grant, or?
I'm not sure. I know he's been waiting on it for 2 years now, or 3 years. They ordered in 23, I think. So.
Well, that's not unusual, and for that ordering a truck like that and taking so long to get it.
Especially, so.
Well, maybe between y'all and maybe some other folks, we
can talk him into it.
Because people need to know about the truck.
Yep.
Mr. Hart, what I want to talk to you about, you and I were a couple of weeks ago that y'all had a special appreciation event, and we were talking about the storm damage from a couple of months ago. I think it's been, how long has it been? A couple of months?
Yeah, it was May the 6th.
May 6th.
Yeah.
So, we're getting close to 2 months.
That's right.
Next week. And then in all of that, y'all came on and talked about the damage, 26 miles across Lincoln County. We have gotten assistance, and we talked about that with SBA 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, Randy, that we had SBA, so Small Business Association, talking about the loan.
I think it was last week.
Yeah, talking about the loan project down at Bogachita and East Lincoln.
Well, East Lincoln has closed because there was a lot less traffic. Now, Bogachita's still open. People can come there during the regular hours. And
why don't you give us an update on what's going on with the storm restoration?
We did get declared by the president. So that started the ball rolling. So as of right now, we're still in the recovery stage, and have been since, probably 24 hours after we was in rescue. Then we swapped to recovery, which is a lot longer. We had a meeting with MEMA and FEMA 2 weeks ago about getting all the bid processes started for debris cleanup. Opening up the assistance centers, which now is at Bogachita. We had 2 of them, and now we're down to 1. And it will be open as long as we're getting plenty of traffic in. People still seeing the need for people to try to get signed up for assistance. Some of the things that they need to know when they go is you will have to have proof of residency where you're at, because, it's sad to say, but there's people that was not affected that's, trying to scam the system. But you have to have proof of where you was at, and that you have proof of damage, that you were affected, and that will be open as long as there's still the need for that. We will be opening bids August the 17th for a contractor to do debris cleanup, and once we open those up, the contractor will be responsible for finding a site to dispose of the debris. I think a lot of them are planning on mulching it up and then hauling it somewhere, but they'll be responsible for that. So once they get a DEQ approved site, then we'll start the process of pickup, and it's going to go pretty quick.
Well, I know when we were talking a few weeks ago, people are very impatient about cleanup.
Oh, I've done calls this morning.
Yeah, well, you're going to get calls, and we all know, having been through storm stuff, that the red tape, the processing just takes a long time. It's not that you're ignoring it. You just can't do it.
That's right. And along with that, we've still been working trying to take care of issues that's still related from the storm. But we've also, we're a limited crew. If right now we're trying to get our bush hogging done, we've got our patch machine running. So that leaves about 3 people to do the rest of the road work, which still includes setting culverts, fixing other things. And, So when we are able to get out and still do more cleanup from the storm, it's limited on what we can do with manpower right now because we have day-to-day operations to do. And for things that people will see happening once they start, we will have road closures when they're doing that because we want to be safe.
To, yes.
That's right. And people, I know people, we live in a fast world. Patience is not a thing a lot of people have, but they need to be patient when they see the road closed signs, realize this is something we've been waiting on. It's working for them. Just make an alternate route.
Give us some time.
That's right. Because the other day we was taking care of some snags that was still a danger, and we had road closed signs, and eventually what we had to do was lay trees across the road because our barricades got took down twice. So, our bottom line is safety for everybody. The people on the road, our workers, and, if you see the signs, respect the workers, because it's going to be a hectic time because when they come in, their objective is to get it cleaned up as fast as possible.
Well, it's kind of like having done that in the past. Our motto, I guess you could say, is, hey, we want you to go home tonight.
Absolutely.
We want you to be able to go home tonight, and people need to be aware that people's lives are in jeopardy when you don't obey the
That's right.
The signage and say, hey, it's closed, or hey, one lane of traffic, slow down. That's
right. If there's somebody flagging you, don't get aggravated at that man because you've got to wait a few minutes. I mean, just respect him, and if you don't have that much time, turn around and take an alternate route.
Yeah. I want to ask you about the small business because when we had Mr. Patrick, I think was his name, with us, that was a low-interest loan.
Right.
Are people taking advantage of that?
There are a few. Chris gave us a report at our meeting Tuesday, and there have been a few. It's not a large number, but, I mean, there are some people taking advantage of
Well,
that.
we tried to mention that on the radio when he was here, that you hear small business and you think that I have to have a business, to go qualify for that. But he was talking about it's residential, commercial.
Right. Yeah, if you were affected by the storm in any way, it basically will cover you on a loan.
And a very low interest.
I think it was 2%.
2% for 30 years?
30 years, yeah. That's a deal if you need it, I'm telling you.
I was kind of surprised at that when he said he wanted to come on, and then when he talked about a 30-year loan, and I thought, I think nothing down, no collateral down or nothing.
That's right.
You just go and apply.
Yeah. I mean, if a lot of people affected, if I would try it, I would see what it looked like.
Well, months ago when we talked about the weather, there was a lot of people affected.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely.
What was it? 150 homes damaged east of 51?
Yeah. I mean, I think total it was 200 and something total, and all of that was on the east side.
Yeah, you said all the damage we saw on 51, which was kind of the corridor that everybody was focused on. But you mentioned that if you went east,
that's right. And I seen yesterday the National Weather Service made a report that this particular tornado was one of the widest that Mississippi had ever seen, and they said that once it crossed I-55. It began to get 1.5 miles wide, and some places stretched a little wider. So, they made that announcement yesterday that it was one of the widest in the history of Mississippi.
And you said it stayed on the ground all the way across the county.
All the way across the county,
which is
26,
somewhat abnormal a little bit because usually they'll bounce.
Right, that's right.
Yeah, wow. Well, Sheriff, how about what you got? What's going on with you and the storm? You just helping the county out with?
Oh yeah, I mean we pretty much was in the response part of it, and then just whatever they need to further on out. We spent the days afterwards helping with traffic and helping with power companies and kind of just filling in wherever we needed to.
Well, every time we've talked about it, and just not that particular storm event, the cooperation that all you guys have as far as
yes, sir.
Police in town, sheriff, county, city, utilities, all those kind of things are just. I don't know. I don't know if anybody else does it any better than Lincoln County has done in the past.
Yeah, I mean it's awesome to see everybody work together.
Yeah, the communication is great.
Yeah,
I know back years ago. I forget what we had. It was a storm here in town and. We had some folks down here from Jackson, and I made a phone call, and like in 10 minutes, somebody showed up, and the guy goes, how did you do that? That would never happen where I come from. I was like, well, that's the way we work down here.
Yeah, that's right. If you need help with it, like power companies trying to get the lines back up on 51. Well, a lot of that's our lines too. So we want power back at home. So we're going, and our citizens. So we're going to do whatever we got to try to help. If I got to go stand down there and direct traffic, I'll go direct traffic to help them out. So
yeah,
that's just. We all work together to get everything back together with the supervisors, with the roads, to whatever we got to do to.
And we never know, like I saw where there's a hurricane, and I think I saw where there's one foreman. We don't never know about hurricanes, but just like with the weather like it is today, and it's supposed to rain, right. we could have a pop-up storm that you just never know, and you can't prepare for it. You just got to react to it.
That's right. That's right. Yes, always got to be ready and do what you got to do. And what's great is knowing if it's more than you can handle, you're one phone call away from help. That's
Help's
right.
coming.
Yep.
Yeah. Now that storm, back to you just a minute, that went through most of your area, right?
It went from
your whole area.
Line to district, yeah, my whole district. I mean, it went all the way across. So it was overwhelming.
Kind of like, dang, I didn't sign up for this.
That's right. We've had several storms since I had been in office, and they were bad storms, but they never stayed on the ground that long. And
I know, yeah.
This one, it was like, oh boy.
Yeah, right. Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what other before we get to the sheriff on his trip to Washington, challenges you have in the county? We talk about that if you didn't get the FEMA money, and you are spending some of your budget money for all of this restoration.
Yeah. See, this will not be. We don't get the money and turn them loose. So all of this is a reimbursement, which means I'm probably going to have projects on hold because I've got to make sure the contractor is paid, and then after all the paperwork's turned in, sometime or another we'll get reimbursed. I know I was talking to Bird Martin, which is supervisor of Walthall County. March of 25, they had the L4 come through. He still has not received any reimbursement money from all the stuff he's done. So, it's not like people say, well, we got declared, now we got money to do something. No, now you just get the guarantee that you will be
You're gonna
reimbursed.
Get it some point in time.
Some point in time. So if this contractor comes in, I think I got 320-something thousand yards of debris that's got to be picked up. Well, when that bill comes in, it's got to be paid. So, I'm going to have some projects that's put on hold so we can get this cleanup done, and then hopefully we won't be a year to get our money back. But if it is, it's just.
And if I'm wrong, tell me that, when you say you're going to pay it and you got all that debris, you got a bucket of money.
That's right.
You got 1/5 of the budget.
That's right. I got 1/5, and
the other ones don't say, "Hey, let me give you some money to help you out."
No, because they got to take care of theirs, But it's going to take most of the budget to get that cleaned up.
Oh, that much? Oh, there's no doubt.
Oh, yeah. So
there's no doubt.
So people just going to have to understand that there's some things that we had lined out to do that's probably going to take another year to get it done.
So back to be patient.
That's right. Back to be patient.
All right, we're going to take a break. Randy's giving us a signal there, and we're going to come back with Sheriff Rushing.
We're proud to share some big news with our community. Toyota of Brookhaven is the first dealership in Southwest Mississippi to earn the Distinguished Toyota President's Award.
This is Toyota's highest honor, recognizing dealerships that go above and beyond with customer satisfaction, sales performance, service, and overall operations.
What makes this award truly special is you. From all of us at Toyota of Brookhaven, thank you. This award belongs to you. Toyota of Brookhaven, your trusted hometown choice.
Okay, we're back, and we have John David Hart, our president of the Board of Supervisors, and we have Mr. Steve Rushing in, our sheriff. Appreciate what these guys do. Enjoyed working with them in the past, and try to help any way we can in the future, whatever happens, which we hope not much happens, but it's going to.
That's right.
It's going to. Well, Sheriff, I was real curious when I saw, it's been like, 2 or 3 months ago that you went to Washington, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was end of May.
And that was an invite because you mentioned one day here on the radio, I think, that you had the opportunity to go. So what was that all about?
So it's actually started a couple years ago. The FBI offers these training classes for executive level chiefs, sheriffs.
You know, she said executive level.
Yeah.
Did you get that?
I got it.
Well, I mean, that's what they call it. So executive level training that you have to be appointed, or not appointed, but recommended by the special agent in charge of Mississippi, which is Agent Eckhoff. Anyway, I applied last year, got approved for go last year. Well, during all the budget shutdown, they cut all their funding, so we didn't get to go then, but then they refunded us. So they started this program, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago, to where they have National Academy that's like 10 to 12 weeks long that leadership can go to from law enforcement at Quantico. They found where a lot of higher level like leadership couldn't be gone that long, so they developed these smaller courses. So this course was National Command Course, and it was for any agency head under 50 employees across the country. So there was 51 of us went in May, all the way from California to Minnesota. The guy next to me was from Minnesota. The guy behind me was from California. Ironically, I was the only sheriff in the group. Everybody else was police chiefs. And we had 2 undersheriffs, one of them from Nevada and one of them from Wyoming, I think. And it was great training. I mean, when I saw the agenda, you're kind of thinking, well, this is going to be more of a sightseeing thing. And I told the instructor that early on. I was like, I thought when I saw it, it's going to be, because we were doing the Holocaust Museum, we were doing Mount Vernon. And she laughed and she was like, yeah, we tied it all together, didn't we? I said, you sure did. So, like, the day we went to Mount Vernon, we went to the George Washington Library. And they have a Leadership Institute training class there that they limit who can come in there to us, so they let our class come into it. And for that day, we studied like George Washington, his leadership, how he was the first president and how he did this and all that. And then you got to go out to Mount Vernon and see it in real time. And then you come back and you finished it out on how he finished out his terms and didn't, of course, he didn't want to be president for life, we studied all of his history. And it was great leadership classes on how to teach your folks and, from there. But the Holocaust one was interesting, too, in the aspect that we went through the Holocaust Museum. And then we went back and we studied police ethics and policing during that time in Germany. So how it became to the point of the police, you had the different army, the German army and different things under Hitler, and then how the regular police wound up getting involved in some of the aspects of that, and we kind of try to learn from what, I hate to say back then, but what they did then, you learn from your history.
So, yeah.
But it was awesome, to be able to go up there and spend a week, and then you got to spend another day at Quantico going through the different aspects. I bet
that was, I'm thinking going through Quantico had to be very,
so
very.
I had the opportunity to go one time before and actually stay on campus for a jail development class. And you see all the aspects. If you're a Quantico person, then you know all the training classes. You get to see all of it from their farms. They do all the firearms training between there and I think Anniston now. They teach you the different. If there's a gun that's been shot, the ammo that's been. They teach you the different parts that they look at. You get to see their special response places where they do the training for their regular agents. They have Hogan's Alley, which is a fake little city they built there on grounds, and just the history from being there. That's what's pretty unique. And then you got the instructors that come in and taught you from Quantico, some of the same FBI instructors.
I'm sure there were some leadership lessons that you come back with and say, okay, we could do that in Brookhaven, we could do it in Lincoln County.
And just being able to relate with the other chiefs and other people in the class, they see the same things we do in California that we do.
Back to Washington just a second, and you forget about it, but how he survived where he was shot at, and there were bullet holes through his clothing, horses shot out from under him, but he was never injured. Yeah. And they talk about how God's hand was on Washington and how he led this country, and that's history that people need to hear about.
Right. Yeah. And you really don't. I've been to Mount Vernon before.
I have too. I've been there, yes.
And so it's really unique, but then you didn't realize the training aspect of it that you could learn from his leadership from back then. How to lead your folks and how to, be conscientious of your citizens and being what was. You bring it back to your community, trying to help them, and that's what he was. He was a servant. From everything you read about him, he did not go looking for the presidency. He didn't go. He served our country and wanted to be a servant for the citizens, and then he went home. After the war, and then of course he served 2 terms, I think.
And then going through the Holocaust. I mean, I'll never forget the quietness of that. Just nobody was talking. Nobody to think of what those people went through.
Yeah.
And of course, they tried. That never really happened. Well, yeah, it did. It really did happen.
Yeah, and that's what gets you nowadays. They try to rewrite history, but all the shoes.
Oh yes,
that's just. It really don't hit home until you see all the shoes that's from all the victims. It's just like this really happened.
Yeah.
But you got to learn from your history. If you don't, you're doomed to repeat it.
Repeat it again.
Yeah, you're gonna repeat it. That's correct.
Very fortunate to go. Like I said, one other sheriff had been before me, and then I think this last class, they had another class here just graduating in July. They do 2 classes a year. And then the agencies that are over 50 and the 250, I think, have a different. They have a group for them, and then 250 and above is a same group. So FBI has really tried to reach out, especially under here in Mississippi now, to work better with locals and than in the past. So it's a great working environment with the feds now.
Do you? Does that happen often that you're working with them?
On occasion, with the stuff we
Depends
deal
on
with
what
now, it's dealing with what the crime is. Technology now, they're a great help. We're slowly getting some of it on the state level and on the local levels, dealing with phones, and all of that. So we're having to. It's kind of a shift in the old. Back in the early days, you did fingerprints and look for there. Now it's looking for phones. I mean, it's technology.
Tracing phone.
As technology has evolved, we had to with law enforcement too, and it's a challenge because you don't have the folks wanting to get into it now. So it's every day can be a different adventure. Sometimes.
So the question I have is in a few weeks, Brendan Adams, and then we're going to come on District Attorney's Office to talk about things. The new law on youth court or youth that they have special session on. Any thoughts about that? How it affects you anyway, or does it not?
We're still trying to
figure it out.
Honestly, I've talked to several of them whenever it was going through. One of the aspects we really lacking is somewhere to send a juvenile. Now, Oakley used to be the training school. Back when we first started, they had 100+ beds. Now they only got a limited number. Youth crime, to me, youth court needs to catch up with youth crime because we're seeing 12, 13-year-olds now that are committing hard crime that there's no option to send them anywhere really right now. You hate to say that openly, but that's the truth. They may go to detention for a day or two and then back home to mama, or straight home to mama. And that's very frustrating for us because, if they were 2 years older, they'd be sitting in the jail right now.
Well, I saw in the news this morning the shooting up in Seattle at that farmer's market, whatever it was, that market thing. Both those arrested had been previous gun control issue or for gun crime. Right. Is what I'm trying to say.
We will get a new chancellor, from my understanding, in July of next year. So we're trying to make adjustments with the board and everything to make room for that. It's going to be an interesting challenge, I think. But hopefully, I hadn't seen a whole lot where the law changed a lot on it, but they're trying to make we're hoping that this is the first step for us all.
I also want to mention the cooperation. I know that we've had Police Chief Bearfield on, you on, and we saw recently the solving of crimes in Lincoln County has just, it was recognized for, 70-something% of solving or something like that. I forget what it was. But y'all work, you don't want to give. We don't want to give Dustin too much credit.
No, it's been a daylight
but y'all
and dark.
Work really well together.
Yes,
y'all work so
we'll
well
be out
together.
riding together and working on different aspects, and he's come a long ways and trying to improve over there, from staffing to...
You've trained him well.
No.
I'll get a message about that.
Yeah, you will. But no, it's been daylight and dark. and he's really pushing a lot of great things.
Well, y'all work so well together again.
It's been interesting seeing now how we can all really get together. I mean, a lot of them guys were over there yesterday for a meeting, at our offices. We have a new office now, so anybody that the board graciously bought the Allen building across the street.
Okay, across the street.
And we've been in it since May, so we really hadn't advertised it because we're trying to do a few things, but we've moved and upgraded all our offices.
That's just your office, sheriff's office?
Sheriff's office, investigators. We're across the street now. So I'd love to people come by there because we're able to show them what we have now that the board's helped.
Are you going to do like open house or anything?
We talked about it. We've been doing a lot of stuff kind of on our own here and there trying to get it done, so we probably really need to just sit down and do one day. But they got a lot of stuff going on in the courthouse too, so it's going to be great things happening right around that area.
Well, we've got a couple of minutes left, and the question that popped into my mind is, has Jeff is he at executive level?
I think so with this new truck.
With the new truck, does that put him at executive level?
Yeah, he's moved up. So
we know Chris Reed is not at executive level, but Jeff could be at executive level.
But I got a great staff now. I can't beat what I got now. A lot of us been together for almost 20 years. Some of us longer than that. It's been 30 since I started with Sheriff Boyd and them. That's when we first started working when you were at Energy.
Oh my gosh,
so that's been 30 years now. So
there's
a lot of education and training. Me and John, we're twins now. We got the same barber, and we got a great working relationship here in the county.
Well, Randy's fixing to take us off here when that music starts. So I appreciate y'all coming in anytime.
Yes, sir.
That I've told you that anytime that you need to share some information or I think it's important to let people know what you're doing.
Yes, it is.
Why hasn't this been done? Because I'm spending all my money on cleanup. They may not understand that.
That's right.
All right, so we appreciate our sponsors. We'll be back next week with another. I think we're going to be live somewhere in Brookhaven doing a remote. We're not going to tell them where. We're going to reveal that next week. Okay, just like Little Theater. Thank you. Thursday open lines.